A Sacramento mom is reunited with her son, but just for 1 hour. Anna Nikolaev reached out to us after police went into her home last night. They were there with CPS. Anna says this whole thing started with a trip to the hospital and her need for a second opinion on her baby boy's condition. And joining us tonight in studio are Alex and Anna Nikolaev, and we will talk to them about their struggle to see their baby in a moment. But first, let's get everyone up to speed. The couple took their son to Sutter Memorial Hospital because of flu-like symptoms.
Oh, but they didn't like the treatment that their 5-month-old was getting, and so they took him to a different hospital. And that's where this case takes a very heartbreaking turn. News 10's Simni Chuan tells us how this family was ripped apart.
I love you.
For this 1 hour, Anna Nikolaev wished time stood still.
The smile, it's everything for me, you know, like I was so happy to see him.
But she doesn't know when she'll be able to see her 5-month-old baby boy, Sammy, again.
You don't even have the right to break in my door.
Police and CPS came into her home Wednesday.
And he needs ongoing medical attention, and we've been instructed to put him in protective custody.
According to Anna, a CPS social worker told her Sammy was removed because of severe neglect. It's a charge that baffles both Anna and her husband.
It seems like parents have no right whatsoever.
Sammy suffers from a heart murmur and had been regularly seeing a doctor at Sutter for treatment. 2 weeks ago, Anna brought Sammy in for treatment of flu symptoms, and doctors admitted him to the pediatric ICU. But when doctors started talking about heart surgery, she wanted a second opinion. Anna took Sammy out without a proper discharge. She went to Kaiser Permanente, where medical records show the doctor described Sammy as clinically safe to go home with his parents. The doctor added, "I do not have concern for the safety of the child at home with his parents."
So I'm gonna grab your baby and don't resist and don't fight me, okay?
We reached out to CPS. They say they can't specifically comment on this case because of privacy law, but we wanted to know what the rules are and what rights parents have. CPS says we conduct a risk assessment of the child's safety and rely heavily on the direction of healthcare providers. And now Anna and Alex find themselves fighting for Sammy's return and for their rights as parents.
We did everything, went from one hospital to another. We've just been, you know, like want to be safe that he is in good hands.
We contacted Sutter Memorial to get their side of the story, and they told us because the case was in the hands of law enforcement and CPS, we would have to get any information from them. Again, CPS cited privacy issues and law enforcement referred us to CPS.
Here with us tonight in studio, Alex and Anna Nikolaev and their attorney, Joe Weinberger. Joe, this is amazing. We just heard in that story that CPS relies on the advice of healthcare providers. Well, we had a healthcare provider at Kaiser saying there's no reason that the baby couldn't go home with its parents, yet CPS took the child anyway.
Which is absolutely amazing to me as to how a government can reach out and snatch a child after a doctor said there's not an issue.
There's got to be in this country, I mean, a very good reason and a lot of consideration before cops and CPS show up without a warrant, go into your house and take your baby. Was that done here?
It wasn't. They're allowed to do that when there are emergency situations. But as we've seen, there is no emergency situation in this case. A doctor said the baby is doing well, and the parents are good parents, and they're taking care of it, and they understand what needs to be done, and they're doing that.
And police showed up at the second hospital, right? You took the baby from Kaiser, or from Sutter to Kaiser, and police showed up at Kaiser to see the baby and to talk to you both.
Right, that's what I did, and everything was fine, you know, like they saw the baby, he was smiling, he was talking, you know, like, and they said, okay, you're good to go, you know, like, and they left.
And then you left with the baby, right? But then they came to your house 24 hours later with CPS, and suddenly they want that baby.
Yes.
So what happened in between?
I don't even know. I cannot even explain what happened. It's like I was scared to death. They knocked on the door. They, you know, like I just thought they're just gonna smash us on the floor, you know, take my baby away and just leave. And I have no idea. I don't even know what happened up there. It was just like seconds, you know, like fast.
Alex, you said that this made you feel like you were living in a country where you lived before, where you feared these kind of things. You didn't have the freedoms that we had here.
Yeah, like under communist regime.
What were you feeling when they came to your house? And I know you showed me photos of your bruises. You got roughed up a little bit, and Anna must have been